What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, you guys? So we are back again for another episode review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, let me tell you the getcha gotcha of this all shit. So remember when we kept on saying that this is season 3? This is, oh no, let me not say season 3. Why is it that we keep on saying that this is season 4, but they got it labeled as season 5, episode 12, episode this, episode that? I go look on the guide for this because I had to watch the rerun because I was recording another video during this time. I didn't know it was going to go over. Bitch, why they had it listed as season 3, episode 29? I said, y'all got to get y'all stuff together. Y'all have got to get y'all stuff together over there at TV Guide and over there at OWN, okay? Bitch, is it season 4? Is it season 5? Is it season 3? Which one is it, okay? But anyway, we going to call this season 5, episode what, 14 or whatever the hell it was, you know. So disrespectful. Let me tell you something, Tisha. You got your goddamn nerves, girl. All right. So the episode starts off. We over there at Black. Truth be told, I forgot all about Black. Okay. I feel as though, even though they have, you know, film some stuff over there at Black or whatever, I feel like, you know, they haven't been utilizing, at least this season, they haven't been utilizing, you know, Black that much, okay? Because if I got a business that's supposed to be flourishing or trying to flourish, girl, we gonna be filming all up in that thing, okay? That's what we gonna be doing because we about Black business, right? We want to get that thing up and popping or whatever. We gonna be all up in there, you know, doing what we gotta do. But anyway, you know, since Marcel is already there waiting on Tisha to pop up, she finally do. Hey y'all, how you doing? I was a little late or whatever. Where Jalen and them at? Well, she see Jalen, he doing a little ripping and running. He'll be there. The other girl, she in the back or whatever. And so, you know, they having, I guess, a date day. That's what they saying. They trying to continue on the date stuff or whatever. That's fine. You know, for as much as, you know, Marcel did not like Dr. Francis or whatever because he thinks he's so, you know, biased towards men and more so on the wives side, the women's side or whatever. He's taking in consideration his thoughts and ideas about the date shit and, you know, agreeing with Tisha that that's what they need. I like that, okay? Now, see, Tisha, you really made me mad because you made me side once again with Marcel. You know what I'm saying? So, Marcel had said, after they had that little chit-chat or whatever, he was like, so, Mel's supposed to be coming down here. And she was like, wait a minute, what? Why she got to come down? What? I said, excuse me, as soon as she said what, I said, hold up, girl, what you about to say? She said, but why she gotta come down here? Like, I don't understand why she gotta come down here. I said, bitch, for why do you care? Okay, I get it. And here's the thing, and I'm saying it like this is because Tisha, you know, she got all up in her feelings when Marcel told her exactly why Mel was coming down there. And then she was like, I just don't understand. Like, you know, I don't get along with that girl. You know, that girl called me her enemy and whatever. And I'm sitting here like, okay, that's fine, but why she gotta come down here, especially right now? Why she gotta come down? He said, well, baby, we went down there to Destin. We was kicking it up in a crib and everything, and now all of a sudden you have an issue? Like, I thought we was gonna be cordial or whatever. And she was like, you know, but she called me her enemy. So what's that? I said, girl, calm the fuck down. She did say that you was her enemy. But again, you was up in the place where she stayed at and she laid her head on their vacation. You came and you interrupted her vacation. Okay, you didn't get permission from her. You didn't talk to her and say, is it okay for us to come down? You went and you followed behind your husband because your husband wanted to go down there and he had talked to Martell. Martell said it was okay to come down there and you can come kick it. Meanwhile, you didn't tell, or we didn't see you protesting to your husband that I don't want to come because I don't want to talk to her because that girl is not my friend. She my enemy. That's what she said. She said that I was her enemy. We can't be cordial. We don't do nothing. That's what you needed to say, and you should have stayed your ass at home. You should have stayed your ass in Pensacola or whatever the fuck it was the child was at. If you gonna have a problem with your man telling you that she was coming. Now, see, the only thing that I feel like Marcel in this situation, I'm gonna just give it to him, even though I really don't feel he did anything wrong, but I'm gonna just say, Yes, maybe he could have been told her this prior to them actually, setting up the date or whatever, and said we're gonna eventually meet with Mel or whatever the fuck, knowing how she could be or whatever. But other than that, be glad that your man, who usually don't tell you shit, actually told you that she was gonna meet up with Mel and she was coming down there. And he said, what are you acting like this for? You acting insecure, you acting jealous. Don't ever call me jealous. Don't ever call me insecure, whatever that is. You know that ain't the problem. I said, then what is it, Tish? What is it? What is it? Because like Marcel said, me and Martell got into it. Martell said he was gonna beat the dog shit up out of me. Martell called me this and called me that, and we were still able to meet up. We were still able to kick it or whatever. We were still able to be cordial and all that stuff. How come you can't? We literally got to sit down. I'm bringing Mel up here so I could tell her some stuff about what happened between Mark and Maurice, and what was said, and what may be coming down the pipe, just in case it happens, so that she can know that it didn't come from our end. Okay, but see, when I met up with Martell, it was on business. What is this? This is some personal stuff. It don't matter, bitch. Your husband was okay with you meeting up with Martell. Okay, even though he was being funny and joking and all that stuff or whatever, saying little shady shit, he was still okay with you meeting up with Martell by yourself. He wasn't being all, acting so crazy like you are. You're doing too much. It's okay for you to come and interrupt somebody's family vacation, but it's not okay for your husband to sit down and have a one-on-one with the cameras out there, with your whole staff out there, and talk to Melody, who really don't give a fuck about y'all. Okay, it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. When, like he said, we had this situation where we was going to sit down and tell each other what was going on. That's what it was. He said I was going to talk to Mark, and I'm talking to Mark. I'm telling him what was going to happen, and now I'm finna tell Melody what's the outcome of that. Granted, he could call her whatever, but then again, Mel don't want to talk on the phone with them. And I feel like there is nothing absolutely wrong with what he is doing. And I get it. Some people feel like Marcel got a little crush or a little thing for Melody. But at this point in time, I really don't think that's what it is. I really feel like Tisha just being fucking insecure and just jealous or whatever. I don't even know if it's jealousy. She just being an ass. Okay? Like, you gonna interrupt their trip, but have a problem that your husband invited her down here to talk some shit out so that it won't be no more issues between you guys and y'all won't be blamed for shit when stuff comes out. Bitch, grow up, okay? She done pissed him off so bad, Marcel got the fuck up and walked out. Now, where you going? What you do? Bitch, I'm leaving you for right now, okay? I need to take a fucking breather. I said, Tisha, come on now. It ain't even that deep. It's not that deep. Okay, for somebody that said they're not jealous, they're not insecure, you're acting as such. And I get it, but at the same time, suck that shit up like he said. We had this dinner, and I thought that y'all was going to be cordial, whatever, and it's obvious that both of y'all left, and y'all just don't fuck with each other, or y'all not on the same page. And that's fine. That's fine, but there really should be no issue. Melanie is not trying to fuck your husband. Melanie is not trying to even really see your husband. Melody didn't even reach out to your husband or whatever. Your husband reached out because he was following up on some shit. It's not no shady shit. It's not nothing like that. And if you securing your relationship, you securing your person, you securing your husband, you securing everything, you should be okay. You wouldn't even blow up like this. You would have been like, I mean, I would have liked to known this prior, and I do feel a little way, but if you got to meet up, get that out the way so we can be done with it. That's all you had to say. You ain't have to go on this whole tirade. I said, Tisha, your slip's showing. So, after Marcel walked away, he was like, I can't deal with this shit. Y'all, what the hell did he say? Put it down in the comments. I hate when I can't remember exactly what they be saying when it be good. But anyway, he came back up in there. And again, like, his whole thing was, I'm trying to tell Mel some shit because Mark had said some more stuff. It was more offensive, and it's going to be coming out soon. And again, I'm just trying to let her know what it is so that she won't say that we do something about it and we did not warn her or tell anything and we are part of it, because we are not, But I don't like when you be saying that I be jealous or whatever. And you just know that because I'm not jealous. I said, girl, shut the hell up. Please, girl. She was just getting on my nerves. Again, yes, I understand. Maybe Marcel could have told her in advance, okay? Could have told her in advance. maybe it just happened where she said, okay, yeah, I can meet up right now. He said something around that. But either way, I still feel like she overreacted, okay? And if anything, if you're feeling insecure, you're feeling jealous, and you want to say that you're not, but yet your actions are showing that it is, it's something that you have to take it with yourself, and it's something that you have to take it with your husband, okay? Because it's your husband that got you feeling that way, because of the way your husband be out here moving, and because you listen to rumors and shit that's be going on outside in the internet. And that's just what it is. And that ain't got shit to do with Mel. That ain't got shit to do with nobody else but you and him. Y'all need to sit down and have that conversation, okay? You can't just be blowing up all the goddamn time because y'all gonna have to see each other. It is what it is, you know. She canceled date day because of it. I said, girl, whatever. Meanwhile, we see Marcel. He going over there to meet up with Chris Fletcher, okay. And I said, where Melnica at? We ain't seen Melnica in a minute. But, you know, he trying to find a venue so that he can do the, you know, wine tasting or whatever for his Inez wine out there in Huntsville. They go to this one particular place. It's cute or whatever, but he said it's not up to his standards, meaning that it's too much of a rustic feel, and he wants it to be like grown and sexy and elegant and stuff like that. It's not a bad venue. It really isn't a bad venue, but it just wasn't up to what he had in mind for the theme, you know. The way that it was up in Atlanta, it's not the same. You know, he said if it's going to do something up in Atlanta the way he had it grown and sexy like up in Atlanta, he want to do it even more down there in Huntsville because that's his hometown. Understandable. So they gonna go over that. They talk about the whole situation with Mel and him and how, you know, they went to Destin. Everything was good. The kids were good. The family were good. You know, we know that we not getting back together. I said, do you really know that? I mean, you put it out there that you don't want her. She don't want me. We know that. I said because I was getting other type of vibes when we was out there. You know what I'm saying? Because we all was at Destin with them. And, you know, Martell, you was throwing out a lot of vibes that, you know, you probably still got a little bit more feelings or whatever. And you hopeful that something may happen. But it ain't for right now. Ain't no telling what's going to happen with them in the future. But it ain't right now. Baby. Chris said something about him. Was it Chris or was it on something else? Somebody said, oh, you digging into the older pond or some shit like that. I said, God damn, is he talking about Sheree? Oh man, that shit was funny to me. But anyway, moving on from that. You know, so they talk about that. Talking about how everything is going with him and Melody. Fine. I don't even care about that part. What I want to get to is this whole situation with Marcel. So it was like, you know, have you spoken to Marcel in a minute? And because he was asking him, Chris had asked him, so you and Marcel was able to have that little one-on-one ever since everything went down or whatever. And he was like, yeah, we had a one-on-one, you know what I'm saying? We've all talked or whatever. We talked about accountability. That seemed to be the big theme these days or whatever. And I said, yeah, they had. And that's the difference. And I keep on saying this, and I know there are a lot of women that are mature enough to get into it, then don't hold grudges on that shit. And to move on from it and to let it go and to get right back to how it is, you know what I'm saying? Or if we say we're going to be cordial, we're going to be cordial, and we literally going to let stuff go. Because I always say, like, with men, yeah, men can hold grudges and men can be assholes. But for the most part, when we see them on TV, the majority of the time, they get into it, they let that shit go, and they move right back along. You know what I'm saying? They move right along. You know, unless something happens to bring it back up, they're not going to bring it up for the most part. And that's all that we've been seeing with Martell and Marcel. Even though they both still feel away, they're not necessarily harping on it and bringing it up every chance they get so that they get into it and they arguing back and forth. They still can be in the same room with each other. You know what I'm saying? They still can have conversations with each other, even if the relationship that they have with each other is not as close as it once was. Understandable. Truth be told, I don't know if I'm at that point, but you know, it is what it is. That's growth. But, you know, he talked about how he gonna have Uncle Sam there. He made sure to have Uncle Sam at the love wine tasting. I forgot to put that up in there because, you know, Uncle Sam didn't talk to him for like a week. Uncle Sam was pissed. You up here talking about my mama. You got a wine dedicated to my mama, and you ain't even gonna mention my mama. Man, my mama's name should have been the first one up there, okay? And then you ain't even gonna mention me. I said, God damn, Uncle Sam. You know, Uncle Sam's cute. I don't care what nobody say. Uncle Sam look diesel. Anyway, So he said, yeah, he made sure to invite him, gonna make sure to mention him. They all to the good. He was like, you know what, I can't be mad. I don't hold no grudge because, we still family. We still family. We blood. I said, all right, that's cute. And then Chris said, so you talked to Marcel? Martell said, when the last time you talked to Marcel? Actually, I haven't talked to him, since that whole thing in Atlanta. Chris has an issue with Marcel because Marcel kept on saying, we saw the video, we saw the episode where Marcel used Chris as an excuse as to what he was doing down in Atlanta. Yeah, I was down in Atlanta, but I was down in Atlanta with Chris Fletcher. Okay. Chris said, yeah, we went down there to look at a couple of properties, but that was only for like 2 hours. I said, God damn. Chris said, bitch, I ain't finna have no homeboy back. Don't put me up in shit. I ain't finna, don't make me your scapegoat, okay? Girl, Martell had the nerve to say, because I guess he was just trying to use him to deflect from what's going on, because that picture on social media about, his back. I said, not his back. Girl, I'll never forget when that shit hit the fan. Baby, all the YouTubers was coming through and we was like, that's that motherfucker back right there. He been cheating. He been doing all this. He been doing all that. And I was like, are we really sure that that's Marcel's back? I mean, it's a few backs that look like that I've seen before on social media, but is we sure? You know what I'm saying? They was like, girl, that's his back. Look at his head. Look at that. Look at that. I was like, all right. That was a funny time, girl, because everybody was on it. It was like get you, gotcha, we caught your ass. Martell had the nerve to say, because Chris was like, I think like Tisha confronted him or whatever, the club or whatever, about what was going on and all that stuff. Martell said, see, the problem is, Tisha probably still believe all those rumors or whatever that was coming out about Marcel on the internet. And, making it seem as if he was out here cheating and the rumors about him having multiple kids and all this stuff. And, you just don't want to put stuff out there. You don't want to do stuff like that and upset your wife and have your wife thinking all this stuff. I said, nigga, you got your nerves because you the one that put it out there first. And the internet just piled on afterwards because once you lit the flame, bitch, you struck the match, okay? And it just went haywire after that. Come on, when y'all was going at it and you had your little cheating scandal, you threw out there, well, I ain't the only one that's out here cheating, okay? You out here cheating with like 20 other women and all that stuff. You could have kids and all. I don't know if he mentioned the kids part, but I'm damn sure remember when he put out there and said that Marcel had like 20 different women or whoever the fuck it was that he was cheating with as well. And I got the proof. That's what he said. And I said, Martell, really? Really, you gonna blame the internet and you gonna say, you shouldn't do that or whatever. She shouldn't. I said, but you started it. You started. I said, niggas don't be remembering. That's how come y'all be getting back along, because y'all just don't be remembering what the shit y'all be saying. I said, all right, Martell, that's what we gonna go with. That's what we gonna go with. But yeah, I said, Marcel, how you gonna come up with this one? Because Chris basically said, you ain't finna use my ass for no scapegoat. You was with me for 2 hours, bitch. I don't know what you did after that, okay? Come up with something else. Girl, let me shut my goddamn mouth. Because I did say, Marcel could have called Melody, okay? And let her know, but then I said, Mel probably don't be talking on the phone or don't got a number. Then I had to remember that he did call her or at least texted her to say, we need to come down here and talk. So on the one hand, yes, I'm still sticking to what I said about Tisha, she getting so upset and overreacting the way that she was. But at the same time, yes, Marcel, you could have just talked to her on the phone. But I feel like he probably wanted to do this in person to show, I guess, Tisha that, girl, because you know how Tisha is. That's how I'm just going to look at it. Show Tisha that, listen, it ain't no funny business, because you could have probably thought that I was talking on the phone and we was, cupcaking or whatever, because, Tisha do think, and again, she listened to what everybody else saying about how, Marcel probably got a little crush or whatever on Mel. Bitch, when Mel came up in there, Mel said, hey, how you doing? And he was like, well, thank you for coming down here, whatever. And she was like, okay, cool, what's good? Mel wanted to get straight to the point, and honestly, I feel like Mel a little bit, and I don't, it's like I see both sides. I'm a see both sides type of person. I get why he wanted to a certain extent. If it's because of the reason what I just said, I get why he wanted to see her in public and to get it on camera. You know what I'm saying? So that, you know, his wife could see that it wasn't no funny business going around. And also he wanted to just let her know, I talked to Mark. Me and Maurice, we did what we said we was going to do. We talked to Mark. We told him about the situation. We tried to call him out on it. And, you know, he was saying some more things. She said, now, was he saying things about me? Because he said, you know, he said some things about, you know, your mom. And she said, wait a minute, but did he say anything about me? Because if he didn't say anything about me, I honestly don't care to listen. You know, that really don't have anything to do with me. Because I'm not a start shit type of person. I'm not the initiator. I'm the finisher. You know what I'm saying? I'm the responder. And I was like, well, good goddamn. Like, Mel is really in this mode like, bitch, at this point in time, I'm not giving my energy to anything that don't need my energy. And at this point, when you sit back and you think about it, you talk to your brother, that's cool. Whatever happens, happen. You know, and it is what it is, and what you want me to do about it. But at the same time, you know, it was Kimmy that brought it up about the Mark situation, I feel like, you know, so I don't know if it was necessarily Mel, but if it was, you know, it is what it is. But she said, bitch, it ain't got shit to do with me. I don't care. At this point, you know, thank you for telling me. Well, she didn't really say thank you, because that response that she gave Marcel caught him off guard. He was like, well, what I thought you would have said was at least thank you, Marcel, for, you know, doing what you said, following through with what you said, and letting me know so that, you know, you would know that we had nothing to do with it, and you won't be sitting here looking like, oh, well, you ain't tell me this or whatever, and you knew this and all this stuff, but now you know. And hey, he said, I feel like this is a moment where we move past stuff or whatever, at least on my end. I said, you know what? I feel like Marcel had good intentions. I did. I could be wrong. I feel like he had good intentions. He could possibly just really wanted to see Mel again. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, technically speaking, that could have been a phone conversation. That could have been a phone conversation. And if anything, you know what? Honestly, it could have been a phone conversation. And if you were scared of Tisha or whatever, what she may say, baby, put it on speakerphone. That's all. Put it on speakerphone and have Tisha sitting right there. I don't know. I do feel like it was like, I feel like she was giving attitude, and I feel like he was being considerate because he didn't have to say anything. But I also feel like, you know, you could have texted me this, or you could have a phone call. I think I probably would have felt the same way about the phone call, but I wouldn't have been rude with it. I would have been like, okay, thank you for saying that. You know, I appreciate the information. Have a good day. That's what I would have said. I wouldn't have gave all that fever that, you know, Mel gave, but I'm not necessarily mad at it because it's Marcel. But it is what it is. So, you know, it's a little event that's about to happen, random event. I don't know who decided to do it, but it don't matter. Everybody's coming over there to Kimmy's place, and Marcel volunteered to cook. And Marcel, you know, he really don't be cooking and nothing like that. That's like that. I ain't cooked since college years or whatever. Girl, Tisha, you just ain't worth cooking for. That's what that said to me. Cause what the fuck does Marcel can't come home and cook for you, bitch. But anyway, I'm just playing. But you know, he just wanted to do something nice. After finding out that Kimmy was sick and, you know, all of that, he just wanted to do something nice, be the little brother that he is, you know what I'm saying? And so I thought that was cute. So when they get up in there, you know, they're talking about everything that's been going on. You know, they've been doing a lot of traveling, Cabo, Dallas, Atlanta, Florida, all that stuff. Okay, fine. Talked about seeing Martell and them. And it was Tisha that was giving glowing reviews about how, I mean, like, we get that, and everybody was all cool. Like, Mel, she was glowing. Martell was glowing. Mel was in a nice place or whatever, you know. She was just doing all this stuff. And she's even saying how, like, it felt like how we used to be. No, bitch, that's what you said. Okay, that's what you said. But yes, Mel didn't give you no fever. You know what I'm saying? She played right along with it. But yet, you know, you getting all up in your feelings at the beginning of the episode. Because I'm like, who edited this? So did the beginning of the episode happen before the Pensacola trip or whatever? I mean, your Destin trip? Or was this after? Because the editing was weird, given that, you know, Tisha sitting here saying that, you know, they had a good time at Pensacola, visiting them in Destin after they was in Pensacola. And it's like, but that's not the same fever that you was giving. But then again, But then again, you know, they did say that, you know, she told them about the fact that Marcel wanted to meet up with Mel. She tried to make it seem as if it was somebody, you know, anonymous. But Kimmy figured out who it was. If it was somebody that you, listen, Maurice, if your woman got into it with somebody who said that they was their enemy and whatever, you still want to let your man, you will meet up with that person, you will meet up with her or whatever. And I'm just sitting here like, Tisha, get the fuck over it. Because at the end of the day, this is the situation. He could have gave you a bigger heads up, yes. But you're making it sound like, did she really meet with him that day? And even if it did, like, girl, I get it, but why are we dragging this out? Get over it. Y'all was once friends at one point, and he wasn't being vindictive or whatever. Yes, he probably could have gave you a bigger heads up, but god damn, the shit just happened. You know, he just got that confirmation because she just texted him and said, I can meet you today or whatever. So he told you. And I would be more mad. I can see you being mad if he didn't tell you at all and you found out by somebody else. That's the same thing that Kimmy said, you know. But either fucking way, so they was waiting for Martell to get there. Baby, Martell and these goddamn legs. Martell, he be skipping leg day, okay? He be skipping leg day, you know what I'm saying? I want him to get that together. I mean, y'all, my calves been getting thicker too. You know what I'm saying? They getting more muscular. That's because I be doing a little, I've been walking a lot more, you know what I'm saying, than I usually do. Because I do my walks and stuff now on my break because it's still warm outside, warm enough to be going out there. So I still be doing that. I do my little 30 minutes at least on my break, lunch break or whatever. So, you know, I'm getting there, whatever. I told you I lost a couple of pounds. I lost some more pounds like steady. I got to mention it each and every episode. I mean, I got to give y'all a little update each and every fucking video just about. Because you know what? At one point, shit wasn't moving. Shit wasn't moving. And when I'm talking about moving, I'm talking about the weight, bitch. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm eating better. I'm moving around. When this shit gonna move? It said, bitch, now. I said, all right. You know, so I got to give y'all a little update. So he come up in there. I said, damn, y'all ain't gonna wait for Mel to come. Y'all just set y'all asses down and said, fuck that bitch. We finna eat. So at this point, Tisha did make a good point, though. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't gonna take it from Tisha and I ain't gonna hold it. She did say in the confessional, now, if you knew Mel and them was coming over there, how come you couldn't wait till, you know, you saw Mel at the dinner to tell her the situation? And I said that is a good point. I'm going to have to give credit where credit is due. Tisha made a good point, okay? So, you know, I don't know. I know y'all going to have y'all different theories in the comments, but it is what it is. I'm just feeling like I get both. I get everybody's reaction, but at the same time, I just feel like Tisha overreacted. But moving on from that, you know, Martell shows up. They sitting down there. He telling them about, you know, what was happening in the trip and everything was good and all that stuff. They was like, what about you, Martell? You got the YouTube was going crazy. So you was out there with Sheree? I said, ooh, let's get into it. So when Mel gets there finally, you know, they was like, look at Mel, she dressed up in all white or whatever. I think Marcel answered the door, or no, Maurice answered the door and was like, you look like you just came back from a photo shoot or whatever. And then Martell was like, you know, Mel coming in with all white or whatever, you know, and it's so funny that today would have been our 14th or whatever anniversary. And I said, baby, you keeping a track of all of these dates. That is what a guilty person, a person that know what they fucked up with, they will keep track with a date each and every time as a goddamn reminder, baby, you the one that fucked this up. And he was like, I think that's great. I said, no, she ain't do that shit for you. The way he said it was like, she possibly could have did it for me or whatever. She know what today is. Do you know what today is? It used to be your anniversary. But it ain't no more, baby, so move on, okay? You with Sheree, right? That's what you need to do. Move on with her. Are they still kicking it together? Because we have not heard anything as of lately about them. But, you know, so she get there and, you know, he tells them about the wine situation and he invites them and it's supposed to be coming up soon. And One of them asked, is the plus ones, can we get plus ones? He was like, yeah, the plus ones are invited. You could bring a plus one. Mel, you could bring a plus one. He just kept on bringing up Mel's name and stuff. You know, he was about to start some stuff a little bit, even though he was trying to be funny with it. But I feel like he was dead ass serious because Kimmy was like, how the kids doing, Mel? And he was like, well, the kids are great. You know what I'm saying? They're over here at this. You can ask me too, because, you know, I got time with them as well. You don't just got to ask her. I said, okay, we ain't got to do all that. But all right, I get it. You know, calm down just a little bit. Mel said, that's not what we're going to do. We're not going to do that. But when it came to the plus one situation, ooh, what was that? Dust went in my nose. When it came to the plus one situation, girl, he was like, you can invite whoever you want. Mel, you can invite your man too, or whoever you with too. I said, oops. Mel was like, she didn't play into it. I was like, okay. And then Marcel and then they was like, so you gonna invite somebody, Mel? You bringing somebody, Mel? She was like, I have to check my schedule. You coming, Mel? I have to check my schedule. So you gonna bring somebody, Mel? I have to check my schedule. Well, it's gonna be on next Thursday. Again, I have to check my schedule. Honestly, Mel handled that well. Because what I don't like is the way that they keep on bringing up the fact. Either they're talking about the way that, oh, y'all used to be so good together. I never thought that y'all would be apart. I would love to see y'all back together. Do you ever think about getting back with him? Or is who you with, who you with, who you with? Hell, earlier they was trying to get Martell to speak about Sheree. And he ain't want to speak about it. Oh, it's all up on TMZ and you don't want to talk about it. That don't mean shit. It ain't your business, okay? You don't need to know all the details just yet. It's more than one party up in this, and so therefore, we haven't agreed to what we are, so I don't want to speak on it, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But what they was really there for is for Kimmy to let them know finally, because, you know, Mel did say, I was trying to contact you this whole time. I haven't seen you since Stormy event or whatever. I've been texting you or whatever, but I haven't seen you. And she was like, you know, that's on my part. And she told him about the breast cancer situation. And I'm glad everybody took it in stride because, baby, let my friend, my family, my love would have sat there and told me that you know what? Like, how long did you that would have been me. That would have been me. In tears, okay? I ain't even gonna sit here and lie to y'all asses. You can try to be strong all you want to hell, bitch. I'm breaking the fuck down. Mel wanted to, and she was wiping her eyes a little bit. Martell visibly was, you know, shaking bad because, you know, his grandmother died from cancer or whatever. So, you know, it was a lot. And, you know, Kimmy was like, just include me on stuff, okay? I just want to let you know there are going to be some times that I don't feel well, but I still want to be kept into the mix to make it feel like she's still normal. And, you know, they was like, the last time we been here was like 4 years ago, and we was at this table, and Mel was like, let me ask you a question. And then so they tried to do it again. They was like, well, time to go. That was funny. I ain't going to lie. But that was the episode. Now, see, Mel, she over Martell because Martell had told that baby mama about her medical issues, talk about somebody had COVID up there, whatever, and some other shit. I remember when that shit happened. So now they finna go back to being at each other's throat. I said, child, here we go. But anyway, that's Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all. Y'all tell me how y'all feel, and I will see you guys later. Peace.